Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim World 3 news video. The most literally unexpected news, especially on today when Tram Sims come out. But yes, we do have a release date for Peak Forest. We actually have everything for Peak Forest. So, dwindling days of Derbyshire Steam, Peak Forest Railway coming soon. Not expected one bit. So, retoed the rails of the past, since gone but not forgotten. Train Sim World 3 Peak Forest Railway Ambergate to Chinley and Buxton is coming on the 9th of May and is available to pre-order on Steam from who would have thought? We've been documenting the progress of the Peak Forest Railway since our announcement on the route in our festival rail back in February, with some key updates appearing in both the February and April roadmaps. Once again, Train Sim World goes back to the twilight days of the British steam era, depicting a line that is in parts now lifted and used for recreation as both a walking trail and cycle path. The line will cover Ambergate to Chinley, places with Ambergate, Chinley and Buxton, places both with current stations on the railway network, but with the line linking them now segmented into various uses, from an extant passenger branch line to Matlock, which is the Derwent Valley line. I've done that quite a few times on Train Sim Classics. Feel free to have a look at that. A heritage railway, a footpath, a cycle track, and parts of a dedicated freight line. The route add-on takes players back to when the entire line was in use, along with the small branch to Buxton, set in 1963, so some 5 years after the setting of Spirit of Steam, which is livable to crew. It is the hard-working LMS Fowler Class 4F that represents the fading light of the steam era in Derbyshire, and we've got locomotives and rolling stock. Adding to the Train Sim World steam fleet for the first time since Spirit of Steam is the LMS Fowler Class 4F, an 060 tender locomotive, of which 575 examples were built between 1924 and 1941. Like the Stanier 8F, named after William Stanier, the Fowler 4F is named after its designer Henry Fowler, though rail fans at the time instead used the nickname Duck Sixes when spotting these locomotives on the rail network due to their wheel arrangement. Today only 3 examples survive, all currently under overhaul at various heritage railways. It's mad to think though, only 3 sort of survived and 575 were built. It's crazy when you think that. Players of Spirit of Sim will notice an immediate difference in the cab layout of the 4F when compared to the larger Jubilee and 8F locomotives. Head-out camera view will become in very handy, with the windows offering limited visibility for footplate crew. This will be particularly important during banking operations, a unique style of gameplay for a British route introduced here to assist trains hauling heavy limestone. We'll be the first, because I think the another route where you've got bankers is Main Spessart Barn. I can't think of an American one where you need a banker. But yeah, definitely Main Spessart Barn's one where you get to do some banking. Carrying the limestone is a new ICI hopper wagon, working in conjunction with the 20-ton brake van first seen in Spirit of Steam. Both the LMS Jubilee and LMS Stanier 8F will also be included in this route alongside the new 4F, seeing all 3 Train Sim World steam locomotives running together along the line. A varied selection of services will be available to operate, including the local stopping and express passenger services with the LMS Jubilee and Mark 1 coaches. Wow, that's quite cool. I was just looking at a certain screenshot. It's like a 2 Jubilees together. That's cool. Limestone quarry shunting and banking with the LMS 8F, 4F and ICI hoppers. Yard shunting services with the 4F and various freight wagons. Local freight with the 8F and various freight wagons. Light loco services featuring all 3 locomotives. Ooh. And it says double heading will feature in one of the scenarios, and it looks really cool. There are no additional service layers for this route. The LMS Jubilee, Stanier, 8F and Mark 1 coaches, freight wagons and 20-ton brake van from Spirit of Steam are all included when purchasing Peak Forest, along with the new LMS Fowler 4F and the ICI hopper wagons. One thing though, will we see the 4F on Spirit of Steam for the slightly slower passenger services? I mean, it might even mention it. Let's just read on. Relive a route almost lost to time. Though significant portions of the route have since been taken up, Derbyshire locals and keen walkers may be familiar with several locations along the way. Between Ambergate and Matlock, the line is still in use as a branch line running through Standwell, Cromford and Matlock Bath, and from Matlock to Rowsley I probably said that wrong, is part of the Heritage Railway Peak Rail. A distinctive station building can be seen at Cromford, with a fascinating history encompassing the freight trains seen in this add-on and some rock and roll from recent times. Really cool. In-game, beyond Matlock, a series of freight sidings, mills, bridges and tunnels exist, as they were during the early 1960s, along with Bakewell station that once served the town, from which the famous tart gets its. Now the Bakewell tart. Other stations had already closed by the 60s at Hassop, Great Longstone and Monstall Dale. Today, Hassop Station is a tea room and a cafe for walkers and cyclists along the Monsell Trail, which runs along an 8.5 mile stretch of the railway route. The line continues via Millersdale, Peak Forest and Chapel and Lefrith Central to reach Chinley at the northern limit of this route. The branch heading off to Buxton, a spa town famed for its spring water, also features as a terminus for passenger services, branching off at the junction between Millersdale and Peak Forest stations. Part of the real life line still exists between Buxton and Chinley and is in use today for freight trains as part of the Great Rocks line. And apparently there's going to be a preview next week on Thursday as well. And it will be available May the 9th, all platforms for £20.99, $39.99 and €35.99. I mean, this is really unexpected news, but it's great that it's finally on the way. And maybe at some of the terminating stations, maybe we'll have some sort of, maybe we'll have to run around the locomotive. That would be cool to do. But yeah, screenshots looking fantastic. I mean, yeah, what more can I say? I mean, it looks great. But yeah, do put your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of the news? Quite unexpected? I think so. Links can be found in the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for commenting, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. See you all, and take care. Bye, guys.